Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Come on, set. 60 yards.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Locke. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Yep.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
Small.
48th Mike. Record.
Let's go.
Now Locke. Open man is Trey Burton. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Here we go.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Tighten up.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Set up. 18 Gator.
Let's go, D. Kill.
Hey, lock it.
Show it up.
Let go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Hey.
Check the call.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He completes it to Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down.
Set, ready. 18 Gator.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready. Lakini.
Mike 5-4.
On 1st and 10, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
You got it, son.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
Big Ed, big Ed, big Ed. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Jones has it. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Locke going to bring the offense up first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Scarlett. He's got a first down or more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
Check three.
Hey, Sam off.
No.
Five.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
With the score, Buccaneers 7, Jaguars 6.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
You ready?
Mike 57. Let's go.
Rock it.
Bang. You go tight. You got
that.
On second down now. It's Jones, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
57.
Check 4.
Check 37. Check.
Look. Squeeze.
Hey, check 24.
Look at me. Go.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. Go.
Mike's 57. 57's mine. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Hey, Charlie.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
61.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hard. Now.
Stay at home.
Hey, Echo. Get it.
On third and long, it's Locke. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Watch the safety creep. Check 9, check 9.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second and goal, Locke flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But now it's third and goal.
Now we got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Here's Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. And Gay knocks this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Who that?
Hey, Haywood.
57 to Mike.
Yo, go. Check right.
From midfield, here's Locke. Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
To throw again on second down. Lock. Miles Jack with a sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Hey, orbit.
Rip left.
Now.
Throwing on third and long. Lock. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
A gain of 15 yards.
Hey, 80's yours.
Brings up fourth
Here we go,
down.
D. Here I come.
They'll go with Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
A gain of 4 yards. That's another Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. The shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Newton now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there just before halftime. 62 yards. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lambo is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Well, definitely a little bit of disappointment there because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Wide. Get wide. Shoot. Check nickel. Pick the edge.
And now he'll tuck it and run. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. Right to the 3.
54 miles. It's just me and you. Switch. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run. Here's Harris. Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun.
They fake the give. Newton. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the left side. Raymond. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
20.
From the 39, Newton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On play action, Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Stay with your man.
Kill.
Great.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mike 54.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Mike 54.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Gun.
45.
Play action. It's Newton. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Jaguars.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
SOS. Alert 3. Undercut. Switch.
They'll run with McCaffrey.
Check it back.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He's coming. We got double up. Check. That's Brock now.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Jacksonville.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A quick throw complete to Chark. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Watch it.
Go.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10.
Hey! Go!
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go. 57. Mike.
Block will try again on second down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Let's go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Block now. 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10.
Five.
Mike Popo. Hey, get in the weight room. 45.
Block now on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Let's bring it.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
60 protein spill.
They'll run it with Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Kill, turn up. Under 10, 10. 48. Ready.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
To throw is locked. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. It was Nick Nelson that time who got a hand in to break that one up. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jaguars' 39-yard line.
Down. 50. Plant.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy